Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, June the 15th. First stage being brought to you in repeat because of a slight technical difficulty. Yeah, so about that, stage 1 has 140,000 hit points on it, which is a lot. Which means if you're really low level and you're just breaking into tanks, definitely bring yourself some Zookas. Stage 2 has 180,000 hit points. Apparently today is the day of the high HP HQ at low LVL. Anyways, Stage 2 has like these two really beefy mortars. They have close to about 10k hit points each. Now, if you can toss some GBE to take them all out, by all means, that's fantastic, because then you can throw all your critters and they will start marching through here. Now, because, again, this HQ has such ridiculously high HP, please definitely bring some Zookas with you if you're really, really low level. Moving on to Stage 3. Stage 3 has 156,000, so we're kind of normalizing again. Still a little on the high end, but normally Stage 3 is around there, but Stage 1 and 2, oh my goodness. Alright. Excuse me, my throat's a little sore. A bunch of people have been getting sick at work, which is kind of frightening because it's summer. It's the time when you're not supposed to get sick. You're supposed to be outside enjoying the weather and basking in the sun as I sit nowhere near any sun. But artificial lighting counts, right? Maybe not. Anyways, if you go up the left-hand side, you can take out a few defenses. Most importantly, you can take out a bunch of those gold statues, which, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that likes to take out the gold statues, but I likes to take out the gold statues. So I guess I will be happy with that. If you flare up to the very top, like right to the line basically, you should be out of range of pretty much all of the defenses. I believe the one sniper tower can still pew pew at you, but it shouldn't be too crazy. And then we will move on to Stage 4, which is back on the increase. We're back at 178,000 hit points for the HQ, and there is a boom cannon to the southeast. Well, I guess there's a couple. There's one boom cannon straight south, and the other one south. Regardless, the boom cannons on this level have 8,000 hit points each, which means if you're tossing GBE to take them out, you might have to toss a little extra GBE. I don't know. I guess it depends on the level of your attacks and whatnot. Oh, lordy. Alright, so we're going up left-hand side, trying to take out some of the basic defenses here, just building up GBE. Now, there is like a sniper tower, rocket launcher kind of combo up there. I just tossed an artillery at. You don't necessarily have to take this out, but if you can soften it up with a little bit of GBE, kind of like I did, it may help save your... Well, in my case, I don't have any medics, but if you have medics, it could save your medics a little bit of effort, as well as if you don't have medics, it could just straight up save your tanks. Because by weakening those towers just a little bit, it makes it easier for them to move through. I do know on this level, my tanks started to get pretty freaking low, and I understand they're going to be lower because I'm dropping fewer of them, so it's more focused fire, and yada 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 yada. But, you know, just a heads up. Word to the wise, if you would. Now, I flare up into the very tippity top because basically there are two pretty nasty boom cannons right there, and we don't have to really do anything with either of them if we're careful. So if you place yourselves roughly where I am, you should be able to take down the rocket launchers and cruise on in for a nice, easy win. Now, admittedly, I started dropping a little extra GBE at the end here, just to try and basically prevent me from having to reload a boat of tanks for stages 6 and 7. But if you don't have the GBE at the end of the attack to do that, just take the hits from the rocket launchers, and you know, you might lose a tank or two, but hopefully if this is pushing your limit anyways, that's alright. Now, this takes us on to stage 5, and stage 5 is one of those, you might want to try this if you don't normally do stage 5 levels, I'm pretty sure. The only two things to really worry about are the shock launcher and boom cannon that I am pew-pewing at right now. Now, the boom cannon has around 10k hit points, give or take, and the shock launcher has around 17,000. So there is a lot of hit points there, but if you take it out before you start digging into the defenses, that's obviously optimal, because then you don't have the shock launcher shocking you and whatnot. But definitely take out the shock launcher as, I guess, your primary goal. Like, definitely target that first, because it'll have range on you first and it'll slow you down, and then hopefully by taking out these defenses you can build up enough GBE to take out the actual boom cannon. Okay, sorry, it's been a very traumatic couple of days here. I was in an accident on the way into work, and very stressful stuff. If I'm a little off, I haven't been sleeping too well. I think I got the PTSD. Well, not really. Definitely not really. I just, you know, the back is a little sore, the neck is a little sore, everything, the head, you know. Maybe I need a massage. Yeah, you know, tap into the old... Actually, hold on. Not all countries would probably have ODB. Our drug plan, I don't. Drug benefits, I guess in the States, I think it's like Obamacare? Sorry, anyways, dip into the old, you know, health fund and get a massage, sans happy ending, because that I don't think they cover. Maybe they do. Stage 6 has 250,000 hit points. We're just gonna move right along there. 250,000 hit points on the HQ. There are some boom cannons that are kind of floating around all over the place on this map. They have around 14,000 hit points, but basically what I'm doing is going right up the middle and trying to avoid all of said boom cannons. So I threw a barrage on the minefield because, well, let's face it, we don't want to go over all those mines. And an artillery on the cannon because it's good to soften that up and get rid of the stupid mine. And then just started kind of flaring my tanks back together into the middle of the map. I realize I rolled over a boom mine, but kind of had to give the medics something to do or they'd get bored, right? So if you keep yourself clustered kind of right up the middle, you can see the boom cannon. Well, briefly you can see the boom cannon on the right, you can see the boom cannon on the left there. Basically where you kind of want your tanks ultimately going up to is right between the mortar and those machine guns, like right about there, where you can take out the sniper tower in the back to avoid having the sniper tower picking off your medics as you kind of roll towards the HQ, but not quite far enough that the boom cannon starts taking pot shots at you. Anyways, once you move up into this general area, you should be able to toss a medkit and kind of pick away there at the old HQ. If you've got spare GBE, you could always toss it on the sniper towers or, you know, wherever else. But hopefully, as far as the stage 6 goes, if you don't normally take on, say, stage 6, you're maybe like really close, this might be a good one for you to try out. Moving on to Stage 7, which has 432,000 hit points, and the boom cannons, which are littering this map. Like, literally, they're all over the freaking place. I think there's like 7 or 8 boom cannons spread out about. Oot a boot, you know, eh? Let's add some maple syrup and watch some poutine hockey. So, 18,000 damage on the boom cannon. Sorry, 18,000 hit points on the boom cannons. Take those out with GBE. Obviously, I kind of failed on the one. And once you've taken out the two that are up there kind of together, there's one behind the base that you need to take out and one on the way to the base. But if you don't have the GBE to take these all out right away, that's perfectly fine because you can basically toss things as you go. There are a bunch of machine guns and stuff that you can slowly gather up to build up your GBE. But what you have to really watch out for is there's a lot of rocket launchers floating around up here. And they will slowly start pecking away at your tanks and basically do just enough damage to keep your medics busy so that they can't top up the hurt tanks. So, you know, if you can let your tanks kind of fan out, that would definitely not be a bad thing because it means fewer tanks being hurt at the same time. And then flare up into the very top, and then because everything is clustered together, you're probably going to have to throw down a shock right around the sniper towers and rocket launchers and cannons and all those things there. And that should allow you to kind of push in and clear out some of these defenses. Oh, sorry about the zoom, by the way. I was trying to see too much happening all over the place. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting hit by the boom cannon down there. Anyways, once you've kind of made a little bit of a clearing so you don't have to worry about too much craziness going on, flare yourself back up to the top and everything should gather up and you should be able to clear around the other side of the HQ, which will slowly bring you in to hopefully a win on Dr. T Stage 7. Having seen how many losses I have experienced here, however, I seriously question if going up the right-hand side may have been the better answer. If you try it out, please definitely let me know how it goes for you. And as always, hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you're still watching so that you can hear me. Thank you for watching. And, you know, hopefully you guys have fantastic days out there. There it goes. Haha. All right. Have a good one.